What's up, everybody? Zoltan here. I'm coming at you from the kitchen today. I've got a recipe straight out of the Atlantic Ocean for you. This is Caribbean jerk chicken. It's one of my favorites, and yeah, there's not too much to it. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start by making a marinade. This is Wegmans branded basting oil. You could substitute it with an olive oil of sort as well. We're going to follow that with a dash of soy sauce here. You're going to have to pay attention to how much stuff I put in because I don't measure. I'll explain more as we go here, but pay attention to relatively how much I'm putting in. Adjustments will be made later. Here I have some locally sourced honey. I love locally sourced honey. It's supposed to be really good for your allergies because of the way the bees pollinate and everything. Next comes the powdered garlic. That's just going to get sprinkled on top generously. And then we do the jerk seasoning. This is very important. We don't want to overdo it here because you could overspice it, but give it a good dash, a good sprinkle. We'll adjust as needed in just a little bit. Okay, so the dish is called Caribbean jerk chicken. So go to town, but, just be aware that it might spice it up a little bit more than what your kids might enjoy. Next, we're going to take one of my Patagonian kitchen utility knives that I've made and slice up some of these limes. We are going to put some of the lime juice in the marinade as well as save some of these limes for the salsa that we're going to make just momentarily. I put the fresh lime juice from the 2 limes into the marinade before mixing it all up and adjusting for taste. Now, to adjust this marinade for taste, if it's too sweet, you want to add a little bit of the jerk back to it. If it's too spicy, add some of the honey to it. If you want it a little bit thicker, just a little bit more honey. If you want a little bit more tang, just another lime. You want a little bit more bite and a little bit of soy sauce. I mean, really, it's up to you. But all of those flavors come together, even the garlic of all things, and makes a real good marinade for this chicken. Check it out. As far as the chicken's concerned, I want to pound it out and make sure it's nice and flat and soft. That'll break up the muscle fibers and allow the marinade to seep into the fibers just that much better. I'm using 2 Ziplocs here, one to actually beat on in case I pop a hole in it, and the other one to store the meat. So make sure you have 2. Once you've done that and you're happy with your marinade, it's time to combine them together. Just dump it into the good Ziploc and throw it all in the fridge. We want to let it sit for at least half an hour. Now, before that, you can see here, I actually massaged the marinade into all the chicken pieces as well. And that's just going to help it just soak into every little nook and cranny. I have a hard time trusting these Ziploc bags, so I still put it in a container just so I don't accidentally make a mess in my fridge. And we'll keep it right there for later. Now's a good time, if any, to start some rice up. I'm using an Instapot here, so we're doing about 2 to 1 rice and water and 2 tablespoons of butter as well. And a little dash of salt, because why not? All right, now that that's cooking, it's time to make our salsa. I am starting with some pineapple tidbits in a can, followed by some mango as well out of a can. Now, personally, I would prefer to use fresh fruit, and I highly recommend doing that. However, I just so happen to have these on hand, and why not, If you don't already have one of my kitchen knives, they are wicked sharp, and because of that, there's almost no onion juice that gets sprayed in the air, aerated in front of your eyes. So no tears. Awesome stuff. I'm not really worried about dicing up this onion just because it's going in my food processor anyway to make said salsa. And as far as the limes are concerned, we're going to chop each one in half and squeeze out all the juice as well. But yeah, after that, we blend it all up and we're going to have some pretty good salsa. Now, this is one thing you can't skimp on. You need some fresh cilantro. It makes all the difference. Once it's all blended up, don't forget to taste test and adjust as necessary. If you want a little bit more kick, add some more red onion. If you want a little bit more sweetness, add some pineapple and mango. And then once you get it where you want it, pour it into a food-safe bowl, container, whatever. Put that in the fridge to store right next to your chicken. Now to heat up some beans. I bought Goya brand beans specifically because I like the way they are flavored. You can do anything and flavor them however you want, but that's just me. Now for the chicken. Since it's been sitting in our fridge for at least half an hour, it's time to grill it up. I'm cheating. I'm using an air fryer here. You can use a grill, barbecue, air fryer, whatever floats your boat. One thing I like to do is about halfway through cooking the chicken, I'll flip it at least once, and then after I flip each one, I'll add more of that marinade juice that it's been soaking in on top of each one. And that way, we're just gonna lock in more flavor as it cooks. After this is all done, because I have such small real estate in said air fryer, I'm gonna just plate this onto one plate and then do several cook cycles in the air fryer. And each time I pull the chicken out, I'll add it on top of the previous chicken, thus keeping everything warm and ready to go. Because this is a Caribbean chicken, let's do a Caribbean spirit. This is some Kanache Rum Reserve from the Barbados, and it is very delicious. Highly recommend it. Want to cheat? Pick up some of these beef patties. They're a staple in the Caribbean and go great with this chicken. And throw them in the microwave. Easy as that. Now that the rice is done, it's time to put everything together. To start plating, I'm going to start with the rice here, get a nice little patch of it on the plate, if you will, and then I'm going to add the beans on top of that. And now what I'm going to do is drizzle some of the sauce of the beans on the rice first, give that rice a little extra flavor before dumping the beans on top. Now we're going to plate the chicken. We're going to put that off to the side and put a little bit of salsa across the entire thing, and that's just going to complement so well. We'll put some extra salsa on the side of the plate as well to dip in and mix with the rice. Super good stuff. Drop the beef patty on and you're good to go. If this looks appetizing to you, drop a like, comment, and share. Really appreciate every single one of you. See you guys next time.